and welcome to Scundered with me, Teresa Livingstone, the podcast about embarrassing stories. Today, I'm having flashbacks to family holidays in the back of a Volvo, as there are four of us sitting on top of each other.
Hooray!
My guests today are three brilliant comedians who just so happen to be in Belfast performing their panel show.
Yeah,
the best way to describe it. 8 out of 10 Celts. We have Scotland's Eleanor Morton, Wales' Esyllt Sears. I said very Esyllt Sears. And Ireland's Mary Flanigan. Yay! Thank you so much for being here. We've had a rather chaotic start, haven't we? The last 5 minutes we've just been talking about injuries, clumsiness, falling over, and why we have to film podcasts. Yeah. So I apologise. Esyllt is not happy that this is on camera.
This is just such a kind of classic Teresa beginning to be like, first off, let me just apologise
for existing.
For the injuries sustained emotionally and physically since the last one.
It is important to get your retaliation in first.
Yeah.
Prepare you for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So you've already performed.
Yes.
You were in the Mac yesterday.
Yes, indeed.
How did it go?
It went very well.
It was very fun, yeah.
It was a bit nonsense. I mean, the thing is, it's a media festival, so it's for people to collaborate, connect, to create the next generation of cross-platform digital.
And then I walk on stage in a nude suit.
And it was 2 PM on a Tuesday.
That's always the perfect
time
for comedy.
Yeah. It's a comedy witching hour.
So because it's more of a festival and maybe a business-like
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
do you get big laugh? Or
Yeah,
are people a bit more...
It's
We had to kind of let them know they were allowed to laugh at it. This is not like a thinky, noddy one. This is
Because before we went on stage, someone asked us, so will there be time for a Q&A at the end?
Oh my God.
There will be no
Q&A.
Don't ask us any
We'll
questions.
do the panel show and leave.
Was there a paper I was meant to read?
Yeah.
No. They're like, when we've done it before, it's ended with us throwing packets of potatoes and like tonic shortbread into the audience because we were like, we have this, do you guys want this? One time I almost took, Jesus Christ, one time I also think I took someone's eye out. It just a really well directed packet of prawn cocktail tato just in it. But so there was a little like, come on, let's take out the electrodes and gently apply them to the testicles of the audience and just get some sort of and then we were grand. And like, so it has all these different, the Celtic Media Festival, right? You get all these different Celtic nations to come over, and the idea is that we all talk and foment and collaborate and conspire and gang up against England.
And it's all very harmonious and working together. But the point of our show is to win. So it's all about...
Because we have one round where we list the atrocities that the English have imparted on our nation.
It's called Chip on My Shoulder. And the audience member has to balance chips on our shoulders while we list the atrocities.
Yes, yeah. And like,
it's great.
And you have to kind of, you can try and keep it a little bit light. So I usually start off.
I start chips in there. It'd be fine.
I start
Mary
off with
just said all the usual ones.
I can't be bothered. Fill in the blank. Anyway, being asked to say "How now, brown cow" when I'm in England, is equal to internment and like all that kind of.
But we put that was around in the email to the festival.
Yeah,
so
they know.
They knew what we were going to do. So.
I mean, I think the guy who was helping you stack chips was like a commissioner for BBC something, or he was.
I knew him
in
from
Wales.
Yeah, he's quite high up in BBC Wales.
And he was he the volunteer that was putting chips on his shoulder?
Well, volunteer is a little generous.
Chips on your shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we get to choose who does it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Does it feel a bit like a sort of a corporate event, as in like you've been booked at a corporate event?
Yeah,
It's a bit challenging, isn't it, to be...
but I think that was good for us because I think because we've done it a few times by now, but every time we've done it, it's been at a comedy festival.
We've had it too good too long.
Yeah. So I think this was important for us to do as well, to understand. Oh, we could be doing it to an audience they were obviously enjoying themselves. Like every face I could see, they were smiling, but laughing so quietly.
Yeah. But then halfway through, Galicia came in.
And then the party started.
Galician contingent arrived.
They
and that spiced it up.
Yeah, they literally they came in a bit late and like because it's one of the sort of Celtic nations, and they were nominated for things, but they were in Belfast to just have craic.
Yeah.
And they weren't...
The craic.
The craic. And here.
Two very different things.
They were having... Whatever. They came in, they were rubbing their nose like, they were like, ah.
I was thinking bum crack.
sorry.
Yeah.
My mind went.
Yeah.
You knock yourself out.
But one of the games is like we redesign a flag.
Okay.
You know, so
A Celtic
contentious
flag.
here.
Yeah, I was
Celtic
gonna say.
flag, a Celtic flag, and I was redesigning the Galician flag as they came in, and I was like, okay, how's this going to go? And they were like, yeah,
Yes. It was so funny. They recognised their flag and they went. Like, I'm pretty sure that's one of the rare times they've seen a Galician flag anywhere. Yeah.
Even though I kind of like, because it's a crap flag.
It's
And
not
I
great.
said it to-
I'm sorry to say, I don't know what it looks like.
It's like a white background, one blue bar across. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like
Great.
It's not finished.
It's not finished. Call it half Scotland. I don't know, call it indie rest, whatever, because only half of Scotland showed up. Like, it's just...
It's like they needed it in an emergency, so they cobbled it together for something, and then never went
we'll
back
finish
to
it later.
Yeah.
I always think that's like the countdown theme. You know the way it's really a
Do-
drive.
yeah.
all the way through.
Yeah.
It's da-da-da-da-da-da.
I was like, yeah. I wanted like
I was,
5:45 on a Friday.
They're like, I'll get the rest of it later.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's perfect.
Beautiful.
I think you did a great job though.
Thank you very much. I mean, your redesign of the Ireland flag that you did.
Oh my god, I was so happy with that. I have to explain it. Well, so I did. It was Northern Ireland specifically, and obviously contentious. So I went for.
Why? What happened?
Did something happen? So I went for hot pink.
Yes.
Neutral colour, very fun. Both Mr. Tatoes for unity. Cup of tea, again, unifies everyone. And the patron saint of Northern Ireland, Nadine Coyle. And I went for a Latin version of Making Me a Gemini, which is her. And I wish I could show it to you now, but
Oh my God, it sounds amazing.
I was so happy with it. I was
I
like,
really do think that's something we can all get behind.
Yes.
nobody could hate this.
No.
Apart from Nadine Coyle, maybe.
I think at this point, surely, if she's not danced to like a disco remix of Making Me a Gemini, then what is she doing?
So for those who don't know, is that one of her pieces to camera during?
No, okay.
Yes, that was a gotcha moment from.
Oh,
do you remember
for the
this?
Oh yes, I do.
Yes.
For her age.
Yes.
So yeah, this was brilliant. So this was her. You had to be 16 to be in Pop Stars. And why did they call her out? Because she said her star sign? Was that it?
She said 6th of June 1990 whatever, making me a Gemini, making me a Gemini, and then she went, what date did I say? You could see the fear in her eyes.
Yes.
And she rings her mum and she's like, Mum,
Can you get my passport?
Yeah, I think the wrong year's on my passport. Like, Dean,
We all
buddy.
feel that the burn of panic that she was in when you're caught in a lie.
Yeah.
I remember that so well. That was so dramatic. That was like Brexit. That was so dramatic. It was
Sort of like TV's biggest moment.
TV's biggest moment. I think it's in the Kiar. I just remember her saying, it's in the Kiar.
But she's fine now.
Yeah,
She's
she's done all right.
It all worked out in the end. So
She also, another thing of Nadine is that when Girls Aloud did Ghost Hunters, she refused to do it because they're like, and I think it was the Irish in her where she was like, I don't do that. I don't
mess with that.
I'm not here to fuck around with that.
Where did they do it?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere
In the dark.
Somewhere in
the dark.
Just like they took all of Girls Aloud who wanted to.
Was it a Derek Acora thing?
it was in most haunted.
I hope so.
Who was the wee blonde woman? There was the blonde woman with
Sarah Harding.
the
Yvette
blonde
Fielding?
Yvette Fielding.
Oh,
in the leather jacket.
Yes, yeah.
Dorothy.
So she's taking them around, and they record her going up to Nadine Coyle's door, and like. Yeah. And Nadine opens it in this like very lovely, like very like 2000s girl group thing where it's like a little top and necklaces and everything. She looks very nice. It's nice to see her looking well. And she's like, I just don't want to do it. And Yvette goes, something like you have to pay the piper sometime, Nadine, and then like walks away.
Oh my God.
What does that mean?
Like Charon or across the River Styx or something.
I will come back to collect my bounty, Nadine.
This isn't my joke. Sam Lake, who's a very funny Cornish comedian, but he does a whole bit about Cheryl Cole being on that and just basically how funny it is to hear her go, "Oh no, the ghosts, they're everywhere." Because she then got cast in 222. You were in 222. She was, which I saw last week, was very good, but she was one of the many of the rotating cast, and I think it would have just been Cheryl Cole going, "Oh no, I think there's a ghost in here. Oh, I don't like it.
Do you know what? I really hate that I can't do accents.
You mean you
do.
know
you can do
you do
accents.
very well.
Yeah.
You do. When I think of who can do a Welsh accent, I'm like, there's Esyllt, there's Anna Thomas.
I've wanted
End
to
of
do-
list.
We've been here for a couple of days now, and
Yeah.
I've wanted to do a Belfast accent so badly.
But like
and
you
I
keep
just- I
like
can't.
picking like bad words to start. We're like,
Yeah.
we were parking and I was like, someone asked me something. And I was like, no. And Esyllt was like, say it again. And I was like, no. And she was like, no. And I was like, well, I mean, there's not a lot to play with in that vowel.
But also-
sound.
Oh, vowel. Okay.
Okay.
So I would say vowel.
Yes.
What-
Oh,
say it
beautiful.
again?
Vowel.
Vile.
Oh my God.
Oil.
Voil.
Boil.
Yes, you're getting there.
Yeah.
Voil. Voil.
Vo-
I don't know why my eyebrows are going up.
You really, I think you are instinctively trying to make that 2 syllables when it
okay.
is.
Oh yeah, because
one.
in Welsh I want to say vowel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well.
No, we condense everything into one
okay.
syllable.
Yeah.
Every word.
Every word.
Also, you've a brilliant joke about I wouldn't base it on Mary's accent.
No.
I'm trying to get you to burn it. Say your material.
I can't remember it. Whatever. I had a
You
joke.
say- whenever you talk about your Belfast accent,
Yes. Oh yeah. That
you
it's
say it doesn't sound like a Belfast accent.
it's a middle class Belfast accent, and
That's
people.
why she's not a good example.
No. And so like people say, what does that mean? What does that mean when you say a middle class Belfast accent? I say, well, I have a mural on my gable wall, but it's a Banksy. I've thrown stuff at the police, but just been a selection of hard cheese. Like it's just, and now just into my set.
I know,
Everyone
right?
else, shut up, cut off everyone's mic. We're just doing a 45 minutes of Mary's material. Yes.
Are you? When will you next do 8 out of 10 Celts? Does it just happen every so
Hopefully
often?
Edinburgh, not the Fringe, but in winter.
Yes.
Okay.
Or actually before then.
Oh, yeah.
At the Aberystwyth Comedy Festival.
Yes.
Oh, class.
Yeah.
Which actually is nearly the closest points to Ireland from Wales. It's on the coast.
I said, oh God, my geography's terrible. You can tell me anything and I would be like, that's right.
When I was
walk
driving around Aberystwyth, and I was, because that's how sound I make when I drive, and I was tuning the radio, and I found BBC Radio na Gaeltachta.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you can
yeah.
pick it up in Aberystwyth.
Okay.
In the 80s especially, it was easier to get that than Radio Wales.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
was listening to Radio na Gaeltachta, and like my Irish isn't amazing, but I was like, I'm getting all of this. This is all really familiar. Why do I know this? Because it was mass. It was mass in Irish on Radio na Gaeltachta. And I was Vic. I was
That's the
fairly.
only Irish I speak. That's what we would.
That'll count though. That'll count. You know the big ones.
No, that's it.
And I like the person I was driving with was like, oh, like, comedian Richard Dad was like, oh, okay, well, you know, we don't have to listen to it. And I was like, no, we do.
I've started, so I'll finish.
I mean, literally. I was like, well, I'm halfway through my responses, so you might want to catch up. But anyway, just saying. You know, Aberystwyth is very lovely. Aberystwyth is the only place I've been to where there are 2 separate crystal shops.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
But it's the same company.
Big market.
But
Oh,
Yeah.
but 2 shops in the town.
I mean, I feel like when we went
crystal
into the crystal place, and they
We
were
did.
they were throwing crystals at it.
Yeah,
so it
I
was very
still have some
painful.
free crystals I got.
Yeah, they were trying to offload other fucking crystals.
That's the last thing I haven't got into. I'm resisting crystals. 'cause
You've
I
done
do
everything else. Mushrooms.
You name it.
Polyamory.
Shove
LL.
them all.
But shiny rocks, never.
LLMs.
No, I just feel like I'm so susceptible to getting dragged into like a new thing.
yeah.
I will be living in, you know, like at that part in Superman where he flies to get his
To
powers back.
Aberystwyth. You go to
Two
Aberystwyth.
crystal shops. He's just surrounded by what looks like crystals. That'd be me.
But you
I
can
know
get
what I'm talking about.
you can get like huge like big chunks of amethyst and stuff now that like you could easily fill your house like
Yes.
a cave.
Yes.
If you weren't careful.
Does it do anything? Is
No.
anybody into it? No.
I have
Before I insult you
I
all.
have 2 crystals in my pocket, in my coat pocket, and
Yeah, I have one in my purse.
But I was going through some
I've got
stuff
none of
when I
them.
bought them.
Yeah, no, I
happened,
understand
yeah,
that.
and I happened to be in a shop at the time, and I
Yeah.
saw these two things, and I can't even remember what they're meant to represent, but it was meant to represent calm and
Yep.
positivity and stuff like this. And I'm
That's
like,
what I mean. I
well,
think I would
nothing
totally
else
like
is helping right now.
Right. It is a little like the sign of someone getting very into crystals. You're kind of like, it's like someone like posting poetry on their Instagram stories where you're kind of like, okay, something is going
I
and
did that last night.
yeah, well,
Okay,
God.
if you cut in a fringe, then we're getting
yeah, yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
Let's keep this.
Yeah.
Right.
That is it's a fun thing to do to if you send I'm thinking of getting a fringe to female friends. The reaction is always like I sent my sister once, I was like,
She needs help.
I'm thinking of getting a fringe. My sister just replied, chaos. And then my friend Maeve, who's like a sensible person, messaged me like, okay, what do you think's behind that decision?
You've made some awful threats.
What's going on right now?
Yeah.
Is everything okay at home?
Everything would. Hey, okay, Mary. How about like a little step back from the ledge, and we'll just talk.
I cut one in not that long ago. I'm better now.
It looks great though. It looks very nice.
You're just like, no, I need a
Sometimes
fringe.
fringes are good though.
Yeah.
Yes,
But also-
change is good.
But as a 45-year-old woman as well, who's resisting the whole Botox thing, I think if I tell you I'm getting a fringe, it's because I'm trying to hide some lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I think we're similar in age, and that it is that sort of. I also got glasses recently, so I'm just getting into that.
Just
bit of
hiding
colour in
your
face. Glasses.
What if you get a load of crystals and you construct a mask out of them and put it on?
Calm.
You
Just
could
for
probably sell that as a thing people
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
I think I would buy it.
Yeah.
You buy it?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm too
Cut this out.
susceptible.
Yeah. I'm leaving this podcast and patenting this
The thing
idea.
about crystals, there are two wolves inside me, and one of them is a boring covered in crystals. They're fabulous. But one of those
Fabulous rules.
but one of those wolves is like very cynical, like it's all bullshit, it doesn't mean anything. And the other one is like, but it's pretty.
It is pretty.
And that's
In
basically
itself
Yeah.
Yeah.
can make you feel.
it's just like getting your nails done. It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't change anything apart from it's nice to look at when you're feeling a bit sad.
I got my. I have nothing on my nails. This is very girly. Well, there's nothing on my nails right
nothing
now.
on my nails right now.
But I had a complete meltdown getting my nails done about a week ago, and I just got so overstimulated by the environment. Everybody was talking, and it was really, really kind of you know the way it's meant to be a relaxing.
Yeah, someone's going like this in your hand.
Two people were having this really loud conversation about where their husband had booked a holiday, and I was just like 25 minutes into it, I was like, I can't listen to it anymore. And the poor guy doing my nails didn't speak English and was new, had never done this before, right? And it wasn't his fault, and I felt so responsible for him because I was like, I don't want him to get in trouble. So I was just kind of like, no, if you just kind of file it left. In one direction, I was just trying to and he was shaking, and at one point sweating, and I was like, like when you see in movies people trying to defuse a bomb, and I was like, keep going, and eventually I just cracked, and because he cut my finger, and I just went, that's it, I need to leave, and the woman who owned it was like, why? And I went, I have an appointment.
Oh my god!
So
Like
I still didn't want to get him in trouble. I was like, it's not him, it's
not
me.
it, is
I've just realised I need to be somewhere, and my nails were like half undone, and she was like, you can't leave like that. And I was like, why not? I shall leave like that. It's just like a big
am I a
meltdown.
prisoner in this place? Or have you trapped me here?
Got up on the table and went, yeah. Follow me. I just lost my goddamn mind. I was just like, well, I'm leaving. I need to leave.
Do you think it was some kind of you getting your fingers sliced to bits in the Edward Scissorhands doing your nails?
Yes, that's what it felt like.
was a kind of karmic retribution for you chopping off Colin Murphy's hands
Oh,
or whatever.
what's the guy doing your nails? Him.
Put your hand there.
Yes, it was Colin Murphy doing my nails.
Colin,
Suddenly realised.
listen, you got to diversify. You've got to diversify your career.
Just taking the top off every finger. Like,
Revenge.
there you go, that's huge.
Revenge nails.
Poor Colin, please come back, Colin. Yeah, no, he's fine now. He got some material out of it. I saw him do a really good 5 minutes about it. So I was
There
like,
you go.
you are welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, is anyone a comedian if they're not like, well, this trauma will be great,
Oh,
great
yeah.
story.
I know. It's almost to the point of nothing bad's happened recently. What am I going to talk about on stage?
Time to blow up my life. Time to cut a fringe.
Time to do it myself this time.
It's really funny because when I started going through my divorce, I remember thinking this is really sad and this is really traumatic.
Yeah.
But even in that moment, I remember thinking, but eventually.
It's going to be a good Edinburgh show.
Long-term goal.
Yeah.
And have you written that show yet?
It is being written.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
I did look, because I was doing a little bit of Googling the other day, and I saw a work in progress came up against your name, Demi Moore's
Oh, Demi Moore's knees, yeah.
which I love the title of.
Yeah, that was a flash in a pan, really. But I wrote an hour for it, and I did perform it. But it was all about body image and getting older, and what you should and shouldn't be doing. And I think at the time Demi Moore was quite big because she had that film out.
The Substance.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's all about trying
that.
to stay young and stuff. But also the fact that people keep saying that Demi Moore looks amazing for her age, but actually she's had so much work done. And I don't think
terrifying.
she's the person to look up to. Do you know
No,
what I mean?
there's so much sort of like, oh, but this one's she's aged really gracefully. It's like, no, she's got a much better plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
She's gracefully handed over her credit card.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what she wants to do. But
But also the fact that, I was a teenager in the 90s and Demi Moore was massive in the 90s.
Yes.
And I remember there were a lot of reports in women's magazines focusing on her knees and saying how her knees were aging really badly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Demi Moore was so
was a beautiful
hot.
woman,
I mean, she still is. But, like, she was so stunning. And her knees were just normal knees.
No, they were just
Nothing
knees.
not good enough or crease.
I remember a similar thing with Britney Spears' knees.
Right,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they would have a beautiful photo of Demi Moore, like on the red carpet or something, and then they would do that awful thing they do in magazines, where they do a circle,
The circle of
and
shame.
zoom in on it, and then there's a box out with like a massive photo of her knee, with like a tiny little crease on the knee because the knees bend.
Like the FBI are looking at it, sort of like enhance.
Yeah.
And
So that
Yeah.
was kind
Oh,
of
I
the
remember.
hook for the show. So
Yeah.
That's where all of our body image issues. I'm the same age as you,
imagine.
so yes, we all grew up in that. Also, I was raised in a Catholic family,
Yeah.
and you had ripped Jesus every Sunday.
Yes,
Sort of like a
yes.
six pack. It's just body image being forced at you.
And who could forget?
yeah.
I didn't realise that.
Jesus.
No, it's only recently I was thinking about this because I haven't been to church in a very long time. But then I saw
We'll go on
ripped
Sunday.
Jesus, and I was just like,
when you said it, I thought
have
this
such a
is
six
sacrament I haven't heard of.
It's the stage of the cross.
There's too many impressionable girls and boys in this congregation.
I mean, who can forget when the priest pulled up an image of Mary in her suit, and then zoomed in on her knee and said, "Well,
those crow's feet.
those girls, right?"
But that was the thing,
let
like
yourself go.
you would see those magazines and they would have the circle and you'd be like, right, what could this be? What's the bad thing here? Like you had to, you were
did
like,
you really think?
there's obviously something wrong with her. I don't know what it is. And then you turn and be like, it's her armpit or something. And you'd be like, oh right, yeah.
Yeah, wrong with her and therefore wrong with me.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes, wonderful.
Log it all in here.
Looking at the knee is wild. That's
is insane.
Wild.
Yeah.
Because you need the knee to bend to be able to walk.
But we had that, and then we had the pencil test for your boobs, and then you had
Oh yeah.
there will have been something else. Oh, like the thigh gap and stuff,
Thigh
and the
gap.
collarbone stuff, and like the pencil test.
insane.
It's just. Do you know what the pencil test?
Yeah,
is?
you put a pencil under your boob and if it stays, you got big boobs.
Oh, they're saggy.
They're sagging.
Oh right.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense because
No.
if you've got massive boobs and gravity,
Yeah. Well, I could never get one to stay because mine are too small. So I was always like,
I know.
oh.
Didn't know what the test was for. Yeah.
Get one of
I
those
was just
IKEA
drawing
pencils.
faces on my boobs with a pencil. Like, here we go. Nice.
It's really funny now though because if I don't do it, but if I did do it, I can imagine I'd be leaning back.
It is crazy. And I think at the minute I'm noticing, and maybe it's just because it's the age I am, but there's a lot of money to be made at the minute in directing to women over 40.
Yes.
Where we're all at that age where maybe everybody has a bit of disposable income and you're there's something wrong with you. There's things that need fixed. And I keep saying a lot of makeup courses for women over 40 and like anything you can think of as a thing, there's a for women over 40. And I did go to somebody. I'm not going to do it again. I was like, I'm going to go get my makeup done, which I hate getting done anyway. But if you're going to get your makeup done, go to someone who is over 40. Don't go to someone
yeah,
who's,
yeah.
you know, you see all their examples of like these like Botox
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
faces, and they've got somewhere to put the eyeshadow. Whereas in mine, you're sort of like, I'll just lift these eyes up for you. I came out looking like a corpse. Like I think she used the techniques you use on a dead body.
Yes,
Like,
she had the hook up your nose, wrapped in bandages. The sarcophagus was the first mistake.
The photo of me afterwards, it looked like, you know, like in the 90s when you had a flash on you. It was just
Yeah.
really startled. People in the bar just been like telling me I looked really peaceful.
Yeah, because
I looked just like myself.
She went quietly. She went very quietly.
because if you're a makeup artist in your 20s, you don't factor in the lines and stuff.
That's right.
Because
And
I
the
find-
gravity. Yeah.
And the gravity and the
because in
pencils.
the last 5 years, I've found that actually the less makeup you wear as you get older, the better.
Yeah.
Because everything collects here, and oh my god, I have a crease here where foundation will collect. So I've had to use less stuff on my chin now. Like, to think about
Let's get a
that.
circle around that.
Yeah, let's circle around that. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Also, do you know something that only occurred to me? I heard somebody talk about this on stage the other day in a totally different context. Do you remember Wayne Rooney had loads, not of
hair
Botox?
plugs?
No.
It's
He
spud
got-
face snipper, yes.
He got trailed through the tabloids for having sex with a inverted commas granny
Oh yes,
prostitute.
Yes.
Do you know how old that woman
Oh god,
was?
is she
27.
48.
Oh my god.
That is 3 years away. I could be having sex with Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
The Premiership footballers, you could be shagging them.
You could be a granny prostitute. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
And the whole story was like, she's so old.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so that just...
Well, I was telling you about like the Old Man Bridge story.
Oh, that was very funny, yeah.
So when I was at uni, there was this club called Bridge, right? Where everybody went, blah, blah.
Where were you at uni?
Somewhere in England, doesn't matter.
She never brings it up.
Okay.
I don't like to talk
Just
about
a wee
it.
polytechnic somewhere.
Right, you owe me £5. That's the first time today.
I went somewhere in England.
Somewhere in fucking England. I don't know. Anyway, point is that I was at Bridge and there was this guy who used to hang around Bridge and we called him Old Man Bridge.
Yeah.
It's just, he was this old man who would hang around and kind of be like, oh, you guys are having a nice time. You're like, yep. Maybe like, and you know, okay. And he was a sort of character. And I was going back through my Instagram and I realized I had a picture of me and some of my friends with Old Man Bridge.
Yes.
As like, I was like, eh, Old Man Bridge. Old Man Bridge is max 32. Like, absolute maximum. I'm like, oh no.
It's just me at a comedy night.
Like if I went to Bridge, like ancient Crone Bridge has emerged. Come here, children. Let me buy you some woo woos.
Did you do stand up when you were at uni?
I did sketches. I did sketches, and I did one stand-up gig that went very, very, very badly. Very, very badly because I had neglected to write jokes. I was like, I can make people laugh, and
Fell
I'm
into that. There's a movie trope, isn't there, of like, I'm just going to get up there
I'm
and
just
see what
gonna-
happens.
yeah.
Is it because you had an accent? Did you just think because you're in a
because people
foreign
just started
land-
laughing.
Already
and being like,
laughing, yeah.
Funny anyway,
I
Is that
think,
what you did as well?
yeah.
I think like I thought like it. When I tell friends this story, they laugh. But I'd forgotten that when you're on stage, or I just didn't know that it was like a different dynamic. I thought like
Yeah.
I thought I could just talk,
Right.
Yeah.
and people would be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is so amazing. So then I completely ate shit. And I remember a friend of mine being like, it's quite a long room, Mary. There were like laughs at the back that you maybe couldn't hear. I was like,
Oh no.
thank you.
long room.
Thank you,
That's
thank you,
hard.
Charlie.
Salem was high. And it was...
Shout out Charlie. And then like months later I was back in Belfast being like, well, time to start my life anew. And I did a set at the Pavilion and I remembered to write a joke this time, and also the room was a lot shorter.
Of course.
So I could hear the laughs. And then I was like, right, nailed it. Beautiful.
Do you go to measure the room before you perform?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
there.
can't even fathom people starting that young because you started really young.
I was
as well,
going to
didn't
say,
you?
Eleanor, didn't you?
18,
You were,
yeah.
you started, right. Was it, how old were you when you first did stand up?
18.
18? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was very precocious and like, I'm going to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Even though I was like really stressed about going into bars because I hated getting ID'd and stuff. So But my first gig was lovely because it was in Edinburgh, my hometown, and so my friends from college all came along, and some of my friends from school came along, and then some of their parents came along.
Oh my God.
So it was a bit of a sycophantic kind of like everyone was just everyone's like we love this because we love you. And then my second gig was a proper gig, and I didn't do as well. But one of the Paul Snedden, who's a great comedian, is stage name Vladimir McTavish. He was at my second ever gig, and he came up to me afterwards and was like, I thought it was good, and that really kind of
that makes the difference, doesn't it?
Absolutely, because
He's so nice.
he's an angel.
Yeah, just
Hi, sorry to interrupt. If you're enjoying this episode, do me a huge favour and hit like and subscribe. It all really helps. If you're watching it on YouTube, if you're listening to it on Apple, Spotify, wherever it is, follow me and stay with me for the crack.
you know him, like he's this tiny Scottish man, like shock of white hair, looks kind of mental.
Do you know Willie, the cartoon?
Yes.
He looks a bit like that.
Oh my God. I used to love that. I had the aunt. I don't know why. I'm not Scottish, but I used to have the aunt. I used to get an annual of Willie
Big stuff.
every Christmas.
I didn't
Loved
come
it.
to Wales. What the heck is this?
It was
a cartoon strip.
DC Thompson, spiky head wee boy, and he kind of it was a bit of a
And it was all
Jack
kind
the
of
Lad.
written in sort of sort of the Scottish equivalent of Hiberno English.
Which I didn't know. I didn't know it was Scottish. I used to just read it and think, like, I speak a different language.
Yeah. I remember like
for years it was
trying
Scottish. I was like, is this Scottish?
I remember trying to parse it, and like being a precocious little child, I was like, I read Victorian books. I'll be able to understand this. And I was like, the hell, Woolly.
Can I tell you something really embarrassing?
Yeah.
Because I was very young. I was like 8 or 9. I remember having the annual for Willie. I can't say it properly. And I didn't realise it was this sort of written in Scottish vernacular. And on the front it said, Willie, your Willie.
A body's Willy.
A body's Willie. And I
body's
thought
Willie.
A body's as in anybody's. I thought that said a body's Willie. And I was like, this is terribly rude. I can't let anyone see it. So
I'm reading this pornography.
a body's Willie. They just carried around like cover.
Well, you know
My
what,
porn.
what is proper rude is the French are really into cartoon like comics and stuff,
Yeah.
and their stuff for children is deeply inappropriate. Because I used to go on holiday to France, and like we'd be in the supermarket and you'd browse the kids' stuff, and it was all very like sexual for children. There was one called The Blondes in French. It was just about some beautiful, stupid blonde girls. That was the whole thing. They were sexy, stupid.
They're
Blondes.
stupid and they're blonde.
Yeah, and they're blonde. They're like,
And they had big boobs, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like,
we're wearing the same bikini. I guess we both better take it off.
yeah, and that was for 9-year-olds. You know, it's like,
9-year-olds who were already smoking and drinking.
they were.
When
Like,
you say you went to holidays in France,
Yeah.
was it camping and caravanning?
no, it was. We used to drive from Edinburgh because my dad didn't like flying, like for conservation reasons. Drive from Edinburgh to Dover, get the ferry, drive to the middle of nowhere, get like an old converted farmhouse. Sometimes not that converted, sometimes it's just a farmhouse. And then sit in the middle of nowhere for 2 weeks. And as a kid, I hated it. But as an adult, I'm like, oh, can we go back, please?
Same, 100%. We did exactly the same, except from Belfast. We'd get the ferry
Whoa.
to Stranraer and drive from Scotland to Dover.
Oh my God.
But we would go caravanning
Okay,
or
yeah,
with a
yeah.
trailer tent.
Yeah.
And we used to just be like, oh, my friends are in Barbados.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
weren't. Like, nobody was, but you thought
Florida
everybody was doing
or-
really glamorous holidays. But
Or even just like
resorts.
everyone's
So
like back in Belfast, like all my friends are around City Hall listening to My Chemical Romance and perfecting their eyeliner, and I'm stomping around Donegal, up a hill and down Dale with like my little like LimeWire burnt CD on a CD player with headphones.
I had a French exchange student come and stay with me when I was 16, 17. And she came and stayed with me first, and then I went and stayed with her for the next 2 weeks in France. Now, when I went to stay with her, it was unreal. She lived in Provence. There were lavender fields. We were in, and I was thank God we did Belfast first. I was kind of like, whenever we were there, I was like, I'm so sorry. The 2 weeks you've just had, because we were sort of like
Sweet
eating
désolé.
shell, over and over again. That's all I can say. We were eating shellfish, finished, it was unreal.
You're like one of the Chernobyl kids that they used to send over to West Wales for some fresh air.
Yep, yeah.
Some fresh air. Well, when you hear that the year she came, so it was 1996, I think, and that was the year we had the Drumcree riots.
Right, yeah.
Before your time.
I was alive.
You were alive, but you probably
Where
weren't
were
paying
you
attention.
that day?
But anyway, there was a there was a lot of rioting going on. There were it's around the 12th of July. There were burning buses. We couldn't go outside, and I was all like, "Bienvenue, Ireland du Nord." Duck. And she was shitting herself. Like we didn't really see anything, but we'd be watching the news in the evenings, and you'd just see like buses on fire and politicians like, this must end, and we'd be like, oh look, that's our house there. Just in the back. Do you see our house?
If you open the curtains now, you can wave at the newsman.
And we had my mother had been on the phone to her mother for like 6 months before, going, it's not as bad as it looks on TV.
C'est pas mal.
Ireland, there's a ceasefire, everything's fine now, and then this all blew up in July. So she arrived, and we were like, into the car quick. So God love her.
We'll just skirt around all the burning buses. It's fine. Yeah.
But they're not averse to a bit of violence when it comes to strikes and stuff.
No, it's their favourite thing.
And when my boyfriend is French, there we go.
There we go. Neither side agrees. Yeah.
But they used to go on strike at school, and they used to like barricade themselves in and stuff. And I'd be like, what were you striking over? And he was like, well,
Buff.
What do you got?
Whatever.
It's just what you do.
Oh wow! So it really is part of like the culture.
Yeah, from a young age.
Like it. You do.
And if people went into school, they'd be scabs. All this stuff.
Hell yeah.
Me too.
And as someone who was like terrified of getting in trouble and never missed a day, even when I was sick, the idea of like actively like skiving off to throw projectiles at the teeth.
It's very Scottish of you to have a French boyfriend, isn't it? There's a real
The Isles.
The Isles.
Yeah.
I'm such a big history nerd anyway, and there's so many towns. Might be the same here, but there's so many towns in Scotland that are twinned with French towns.
Yeah.
And again, it is this thing of like, you could go to the lovely French one and then come to the Scottish one. We've got a big Tesco, 2 Greggs. But yeah, it's Mary Queen of Scots, especially because she was raised in France.
Yes.
And, it gave us just a little bit of je ne sais quoi,
Yeah.
which is not something they say in France, it turns out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
One of the many loan phrases that they do not.
They don't
They
say.
don't, yeah.
And my boyfriend said he had a friend moving to Paris, and it automatically went, ooh la la. And he was like, what? I was like, oh yeah. Like, that's just if I said someone was moving to London. Like, that's not like, ooh.
Yeah.
But for us, it's like, ooh, the glamour.
It would be like if you said, oh, someone's going to London. Oh, apples and pears. And
Yeah,
like,
yes.
What?
Did it come in here
Which
for
I
the-
do to my my English brother-in-law. Has a totally normal London accent.
It's very hard not to do
And
that.
it's so hard. He'd be like, all right, Mary. And I'm like, all right, darling, listen, all right. And he's like,
And Eleanor, you've written a book.
I did write
When you
one.
mentioned history there, so you've published a book, Life Lessons
From historical
women.
Yes.
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 Excellent.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
very exciting.
They did all the work, and then I just sort of wrote about it. But no, it's 18 women from history, or 18 sort of stories of women, and sort of things they've done that were extraordinary or just something I thought was cool.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
I got Bernadette Devlin in there.
Hell
Now
yeah.
she is still alive. She's not technically historical, and I'm a bit worried she'll find out. I've called her a historical woman. So
And she's here tonight.
but yeah, it was really fun to write, and
Amazing.
yeah, it was a good experience.
I'm really getting into this at the minute because I was just reading
Reading.
Difficult Women.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I will be speaking to professors in about a week's time around about bad Bridgets.
Oh.
Have you heard of this? I'll inform you later. It's
Yes.
a research project they've been doing, and they've published a book called Bad Bridget. It's about women who travelled to North America at the start of the 20th century and their stories. Lots of them
Okay.
got into trouble. Lots of them
Yeah.
just what they went through. But
That's sort of like just like bad versions
and
of
they
Saint
got called
Bridget.
as Bad Bridget.
Bad
A lot
Bridget.
some of them were called Bridget, but apparently Bridget was kind of like the equivalent of being called Paddy.
Yeah, it's just like what
female
you,
Irish
yeah,
woman.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting because I love it is sad and depressing how much women aren't part of any story.
Yeah.
Any story.
Yeah.
And but the thing I like most about those and what I've read so far is a lot of them is it's not about how wonderful they were. There's a lot of complexity to it. So it's okay to be like, well, she was a bit of a dick, but she did actually achieve something very good.
Yes.
Or, you know,
well,
that sort of thing.
The book was kind of trying to like. I think there's so much pressure on women to be like inspirational and like and impressive and everything, and it's like, you know, you can do impressive things and also be a complicated person, or you don't have to do any impressive things and you're still like worthy of being remembered. But one of the women in the book, actually, speaking of that kind of thing, is Wilhelmina Fleming, who was a Scottish astronomer. She emigrated to America when she was she was a single mom. She had a child. She started working as a housekeeper for this guy at Harvard, astronomer at Harvard, and basically he needed someone to do some admin, and she got involved through that, and then discovered all these galaxies and the Horsehead Nebula. She discovered that one, but yeah, she was just like this Scottish servant, and it sort of, if that guy hadn't gone, I need someone to help me with the admin.
What's the literally Goodwill Hunting? Good Wilhelmina hunting.
Good Wilhelmina, there you go.
And I take it she wasn't obviously credited with any of that.
She was, but definitely not as
she?
much as she could have been. And there was in her diaries, she sort of complains about the fact that her son is asking her for money and, like, you know, not really getting that she's a single mom, and it's how hard it is for her to kind of earn this money and keep afloat and stuff, and also like the you know, the stigma of being a single mom and an immigrant and all that stuff.
Yes.
Do you think, though, at the moment, because I think it's incredible that, especially in the last 10 years, I think so many women from history are finally getting the plaudits that they deserve. But do you think for us, our generation now...
That will be remembered in centuries to come.
No,
yes. Me specifically, yes.
No, but is it putting too much pressure on us now to be like, we should be achieving something?
Well, that's the thing. Is
I'd like to just relax
how
at
do
the
you
point.
find the balance between being like, look at all these cool women, and also like, but you don't need to be. Don't stress out about that.
It's sort of like a weird version of the knee thing and the circle thing. Like, I've drawn a circle around this fantastic achievement this woman's done, and I've assumed I've got nothing to circle in your life. I'm like, no, you understand.
Maybe we just need a wee appendix at the back of these books just about people who did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of like, she was relaxed, she had a lovely time.
Wilhelmina Fleming,
she was fine with it.
Yeah.
But that's it, because like women, this is the thing, is that they only get remembered if they have done something, and it's like
good or bad.
Yes, and like existing isn't enough as a woman to be remembered, which is sort of a bit scary.
Well, I mean, I think like sometimes men can. I'm trying to think of men who I've remembered for just existing that I'm not related to.
I mean,
like,
that's true. But, you know, I suppose. I mean, like, even
you work on that.
I'll work on that. You guys carry on talking. I'll be like looking to see who I remember.
Men I remember for existing.
A memoir by Mary Flanagan.
Finally, a title for the memoirs.
I suppose, I mean, like, there's a lot of statues and plaques and things to guys who didn't do much other than have some money.
Yeah. Through
that's true.
Dubious means. Oh no!
They got it.
Well, I was going to say on that topic, just getting away from that topic entirely. The name of this podcast is Scundered.
Yes.
So just in case you're not familiar with this term, it is slang, I guess, for being embarrassed, and it's some people in Northern Ireland say it means being angry, but I'm taking it to mean being embarrassed.
Can you put it in a sentence?
So I fell off the stage at the Empire last night. I was so scundered.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was, oh my God, I am so scundered.
I am scundered.
I'm so scundered for you. Oh
I was scundered for you.
Your tit is out. I'm so scundered for you.
And also, I'm jealous of your tits.
I'm jealous. Yeah. Just put that to the way. It's true, Jill. I'm scundered of my own tits because of how
they're lovely. It's fine.
Elusive they are.
No, but I genuinely, like, most of my I'm a musical comedian, but most of my stuff is about how I have embarrassed myself. Or how I've witnessed other people doing it. But I love talking about embarrassing myself. I love hearing other people's stories. So I don't know if you have you embarrassed yourself since I last spoke to you, Mary? Or historically?
Historically.
As a historical woman, have you ever embarrassed yourself? School, holidays.
Yes. Times I've embarrassed myself. I mean, Well, I mean, last night we were at the networking thing.
What did you do?
I know. I'm immediately going back through last night.
Yeah.
Thinking,
What did we all do?
I just
So set the scene first. There's a lot of
kind
bigwigs,
of bigwigs
commissioner-type
and like
people.
and people who I haven't seen in ages. I used to see in Irish language media, and I saw a girl who I hadn't seen in ages who I started working with. And do you ever get when you start telling a story and you realize like, oh no, this reflects badly on both of us. Oh no.
start trying to leave the story.
Yeah, literally, I was trying to pedal away from it where I was like, oh, like my first job. And I remember like I had to like vacuum like a piece of like black material, like some of this to hang behind for an interview. I was a runner, I was a researcher. And I remember you were trying to work on something and you had to ask me to leave the room because I was being too noisy with my vacuum cleaner. And she was like, I'm so sorry, Mary. I didn't mean to ever do
I do
that.
remember that, yes.
No. Because you were entirely in the right. I should have.
Why have I brought this up?
I don't know why. I was
But
like,
it was such a throwaway callback to something inconsequential that happened. But it was just you talking about your first
my
meeting.
first. Yes. Yeah.
And then
But
when you
she
realise,
suddenly was like, oh my God, was that me? And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
And the thing is, she's a very like talented, amazing, and like was super supportive to me in that job, and like I learned so much, and she like helped me so much, and. What I wanted to say was something like, you were a great person to work with, and it really like helped me get started.
You sent me away.
You sent me away. I'm like, no. Also, again last night,
Wow.
just to get this like a really girly podcast, I started my period.
Okay.
It's my
first
first time.
time.
First time.
I was like, right, you are a woman. Welcome. Anyway, carry on.
Finally, I can bear a child. And of course, I come out without anything. You know.
Yes.
No, and we were in the Cultureland, and there was nothing in the Cultureland. Bad Cultureland. Put something in the loose.
In Scotland, legally, you have to have.
Oh,
Period
once
products.
again.
I thought that was true here as well.
Oh,
So
hang
maybe
on,
not
let me
legal.
Let me do that one. Period products.
Okay,
very good.
Very nice, very nice.
I just love the way you said
We
it.
found you're in.
So then, like,
Period product.
I fuck. And I need to get something. And I started looking at my phone, like, which shops were open. And this was at like 5 to 10.
Okay.
And there's a Centra 5 minutes walk that is closing at 10. So I barrel round and it's like 21:59 and the shutters are halfway down and the doors are closed. I'm literally like tapping at
yesterday?
the door. Yes. I
went over
was
my
tapping. Yeah. Leaving imprints on the wall. And like somebody events, like literally the people are shutting the shop inside and they're just chatting to each other. They've had a long day, they're working and they don't notice. And one of them turns around and sees me and she like opens the door a crack and I'm like curling up like this and she's like, sorry love, the counter's closed, we've turned the tills off. And I was like, she's like, what do you need? And I was like suddenly slipping into a thicker Belfast accent. I was like always ultra. And she was like, oh love, I'm sorry. And then out of her own plastic bag of shopping, she takes out 3 tampons.
Oh, what a saint.
And she said, here you go, love. And I was like, I don't mean to take them from you. And she was like, don't be silly. And I was like, that was silly, actually. Thank you so much. And I like ran back. But anyway, so shout out to the staff of the
Centra.
lady in the Centra off the Falls. What a woman. What a hero.
I don't think it's embarrassing.
No,
if
that's
it's
hot.
a bodily function that you can't control.
Yeah, it's quite heartwarming.
Yeah, it is a heartwarming story. There we go. Right. You should be
stop being
embarrassed.
embarrassed about, like, you don't have to hide the
Yeah.
swing them around my head the toilet, just like
Yes. In fact, I should have just free bled all over the Celtic Media Festival.
Well, let's do some would you rathers about embarrassing situations. to
Okay,
see.
okay, yes.
And it might bring up some stories for you. That's fine. Whatever it brings up. Okay, so this is to everybody.
Yes.
Would you rather wave at someone who's actually waving to someone behind you, or say "I love you" to a waiter instead of "thank you"?
Now, before we answer this, I should just say, for the record, I am the worst person to come on this podcast because I don't get embarrassed.
Do you not?
No.
Look at those cold eyes.
Yeah, cold, calculating Welsh eyes.
do you mean you don't do anything that you
No,
should
God,
be embarrassed about?
No. My whole life.
You've
Oh,
got
she should
really
be.
good high self-esteem. Can we have some, please?
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's happened with age.
Yeah.
And I have kids, and I've gone through a divorce. So I think there's so many things have happened in my life
Yeah.
for me to be a bit
Yeah.
like, what's the worst
the wor-
thing that's
Yeah, exactly.
going to happen here?
And have you always been like that? Like, would
I
you have
don't-
been like
I-
that at school?
I don't
and-
think so. Maybe as
Yeah.
a teenager, I was very self-conscious, so
Yeah.
anything like that would have been.
course.
But I've done some awful things in the last couple of years. I do not give a shit.
Please tell us one that you've done that you should have been embarrassed about but
Yeah.
weren't.
There is an awful story.
Yes. Yeah.
We can take it out
Awful
afterwards. if
story.
you
No,
regret
it's
it.
fine because it's absolutely fine because everyone involved have laughed about it.
Or are dead.
Oh no, that's part of the.
Oh no!
It's very entrenched in death. So, oh my god. So anyway,
Gotta do it now.
I have a friend. Everyone involved in this is in comedy, so that's
Yes.
quite important.
Yes.
So a friend of mine, no, let me start that again.
You're trying to change names as you go.
Yeah.
Editing as I go.
We can bleep it out if we need to.
I was having a meeting with this producer, and I'd never met them before, but they were a friend of mine, so I knew of them. And we were going to talk about some projects, and we were just having a bit of preamble chat before we started talking about work. And I hadn't realised that my friend is the godparent of this person's children.
Right.
And I found that hilarious because I couldn't imagine my friend having to take on the children of someone, you know, if they happen to die.
Yeah.
And I said something along the lines of, oh my God, there's a part of me that really hopes you die. So I have to watch my
Nice to
friend.
meet you.
Yeah. So I have to watch my friend raise your kids because that would be fucking hilarious. Anyway, everyone laughed. We
Yeah.
had the meeting. It was great. Anyway,
Oh
couple
no.
of days later,
Oh no.
No. I said no.
Yes.
couple of days later, I was having a chat with another mutual friend. And I said, oh, I was talking to this person and I made this quip because I thought it was funny. And this other friend turned to me and said, you know, they're going through cancer at the moment.
Is it?
I thought you were going to say they died. That's worse.
Isn't it?
That's worse.
Because the prospect of death somehow is worse than the
And they're still alive to know about what you said.
And how are they?
It was just, but the thing is, we have talked about this since.
Yeah.
And I think because we work in comedy, I think
Yeah.
comedians are
Yeah,
very good at seeing the funny side of really
Yes.
dark things.
Get away
Yes.
with that.
And luckily, I think they now know me well enough to know that I'm not a dick.
Yes.
it wasn't
Yes.
meant
Do you
to
think
in
that's
any-
never how you're intended to
Yeah.
be? I
Yeah,
know.
oh my God.
God.
Do you think they thought when you did the joke that you knew they had cancer and you were just being very
Just
dull?
being
Possibly, because
Dry.
my other friend
Yeah.
could have mentioned
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah,
Jesus
but this person did laugh when I said it. So
Yeah.
nothing in that scenario made
Yeah.
me think, oh God, I've said something that I shouldn't have.
Because
Yes.
sometimes people who are going through stuff like that quite like super dark humour about
yeah.
it.
Maybe,
Rather than people who are going to skirt around.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
feel
yeah.
I just went
comfortable,
straight
yeah.
in for it.
Yeah.
I should
You
have
know.
done.
offer this as a service.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh yeah, because you can get death doulas now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my.
Oh my god.
Late career.
A very, very dark one, just making jokes.
Yeah.
Can't wait for you to
Come
die.
on with a little mic in the stand. Start asking the nurses what they do for a living.
But then maybe I'm not embarrassed about that because they didn't make me feel embarrassed about
Yes.
it. Because if they had reacted
If
badly
it had gone
about
terribly, yeah.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? I think it's the other person's reaction that sometimes
Yes.
makes you
Yes.
feel embarrassed about something.
It is also the extra little like piquancy in that is that you brought up their kids. Like, I hope you die so that
Yeah.
your kids suffer, which is a potential option.
And I get to watch.
I will not help.
This is
I'll
going
not
to be
help.
fun.
For me. Your kids traumatized, lives ruined. Our mutual friend traumatized, life ruined. You dead.
I was pitching it as a sitcom.
I'd watch it.
yeah. I'm in.
Yeah.
I will give you the names later because you know.
Yeah, I
everyone
want. Yeah.
involved.
Oh, really?
I'd love to know.
And how are they now?
Fine, absolutely.
Hey.
Yeah. It's a
Good.
happy story. So, yeah.
Did you get embarrassed, Eleanor?
Yes, very. Yes, constantly, all the time. Yeah, but it's funny because I often feel like my embarrassing stories are just a bit sad, like just me saying or doing something, and then everyone going, "Oh dear." But then I can never remember the funny ones. They're always just the mortifying ones.
Yeah.
Apart from the ones from childhood, like coming in on a no uniform day in your uniform.
Oh, God.
But I did remember you said about the waiter and stuff, and I has unlocked a deeply embarrassing moment, also involving another comedian who I won't name, at Machantlyth Festival 2 or 3 years ago. We were in the Windstay. I was in the Windstay Hotel in the bar, and it was super busy, really busy during the festival. You know, there's loads of people in there, and I was trying to find one of the staff to get a tea or something, and a woman was coming towards me, and she was smiling at me, and she was wearing all black, and she was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh, hi, could I get a tea?" And she went, "No, I'm a comedian's name," and
Yeah, get me a tea. Nice to meet you.
we'd met before several times.
Oh, no.
And the fact that I'd just gone, "Oh, hi, can I have a tea?"
Yeah, I'm feeling
And she was just so like, "No, I'm
Yeah, we met several times.
and
Our move to just assume everyone is a waiter.
well, I already have such a hang up that because I have this accent, which in Scotland is a bit posh, I always have this hang up that everyone thinks I'm a massive snob, and that I look down on people and things anyway. So I was like, "Oh no!"
Did you really lean into a Scottish accent then?
All right, hen.
Oh, thanks very much.
Well, I'm good. See, I went to uni in Edinburgh.
Did you? Oh, to
And-
Edinburgh Uni?
Yeah, to Edinburgh. Uni. To Edinburgh. Oh, yes.
Sorry, yeah,
Not
sorry.
the Polly, not the Polly.
Not Napier, not Napier.
I went twice, actually. I did go there, and then I moved back when I was like 30, and I went back to uni again for a year. But that was after a year of having worked as a teacher full time, and I left teaching and went back to uni.
Wow.
And was just surrounded by everybody was 10 years younger than me, and I still thought I was.
Yeah.
I was. What did you call
Old Man Bridge.
Old Man Bridge. Where are we all going after class, guys? And they'd be like, nowhere.
Is vodka vodka still going?
Look at trying to buy lemon hooch and everything. Lemon hooch anyway. And they were just like, no. So, but I was trying to get registered. I'm going a very long way about this. I couldn't get work as a teacher because that's what I thought I would do to support. So I ended up getting a job as a waitress. So I was like 30, had never waitressed before in my life, and was having to serve the people that I would have been working with like the year before, like all these people my age out on their disposable income, and I was just there and so bitter. And
Edinburgh Uni's pretty posh as well, so they would have been like,
it was a wee bistro in cobbled streets and everything. It was a beautiful restaurant, but I was shit, right? And I used to just drop things all the time. I deliberately ignore people that'd be trying to get my attention and just be like, no, I just can't be.
If I had been trying to get Tampax off of you.
Oh no, you never would. No, never. And I frequently wouldn't get any tips. Like people would just be like, "This has been the worst service ever," and I'd be like, "I agree. I don't want to be here either." Anyway, the chef in this place, he was lovely, but he had such a thick Scottish accent. I really, really struggled to understand him. I think he was from Paisley, and he was such a great guy, right? But he'd be like, there was only me and like 2 other waiters, and every night he'd be like, "Right, we'd have to go in and hear the specials." Just like list the specials, and I'd just be like blinking. I don't know what he's saying. I was just writing my name down, Teresa. He'd be going, "And a wee bit of haggis and a wee bit of a root and a wee bit of the side," and I'd be like, "Lovely." Nobody ever heard the specials. You know?
do you know it's so funny because there's people always say, "Oh, I really find the accent," not mine obviously, but I find the accent hard to understand, and I'm always like, you're not trying and you think it's funny, but then people really do struggle, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I think you know, you hear if you hear something growing up, you're like, I get it.
You get used to it. Yeah, of course.
I one time when I was working on the one show, we were trying to secure a location in Fife. What's the wee town that's outside of Edinburgh? Not Fife then.
Which way?
Ian McEwan's from there. Not Ian McEwan. Who wrote? I can't remember a single name.
Oh my God, you have a good stroke.
Yes. Anyway, point is, I'm trying to secure this.
Dunfermline?
Maybe.
In Fife?
Over the bridge? Whatever.
Over
Anyway,
the bridge, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to secure this location. I'm on the phone with this guy, and we're basically asking him, can we film in your house? And he's
Ian Rankin.
Yeah, it was Ian Rankin.
Sorry.
I was trying to get hold of Ian Rankin's childhood home, and I was like, can we film in your house? The guy was very nice. and he was talking. I could hear like yes, and then as he carried on talking, it became less and less comprehensible. And I was like, and it was like 5:45 on a Friday, so everyone's kind of leaving. But we worked with one Scottish guy called Johnny Muir, and Johnny Muir was like packing up to go, and he was on the other side of this whole bank of desks, and I'm going, Johnny, and Johnny was from like Aberdeen, and I was like, Johnny, and like Johnny was like, whoa, and I was like. I'm like, no, yeah, you're exactly right. I don't know what he's saying. I think we have this location for filming on Tuesday, but I don't know.
Amazing.
Please talk to this man. And Johnny was like, hello, and he was like, Mary was fine. That wasn't even a thick accent. And I was like,
No, the 5 accent isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know what you're saying.
Of course, we would be happy to have you at the house. And you're like,
I know. Whenever there was one time at the restaurant when I was working, I went out for a break, and it was like on a wee cobbled street, right? I didn't know, but the chef was outside having a cigarette, and he sort of spoke to me and startled me because I didn't see him and I didn't know what he was saying, right? And I went, yeah, and I fell, right? So I fell over onto this cobbled street, and whenever I looked up at him, he just sort of went, you all right? And I went, it's funny, innit? And I was so embarrassed. I walked off down the street. I forgot that I was at work, and I walked off down the street.
he must still tell people about you. Like, there's this girl from Belfast, and
He just walked off down the street, dragging my leg behind me, and he's like, where the fuck is she going?
It's real blunt. You buggles.
Just like one of the dogs that find somewhere to go and die.
Finish your shift. I was just like, I'm so embarrassed. I quit.
I love that you were like, it's funny, isn't it?
Funny enough. Anyway, that's me off. I've done what I came to do.
I've remembered a topper to the embarrassing "Can I have a tea" story is that I tried to make it like I'm funny for doing this by every time she'll post something on Instagram, I'll be like, I'll have a tea, please. Leaning in.
She has blocked you. Oh no, I know
It's like brain freeze, like
yeah.
embarrassment.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
God.
unfortunately, we've come to the end of our time. I know. Thank you all so much. This has been lovely. I feel like it was a bit of therapy for me.
Yeah,
to tell
for us
that
all.
story.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that story. Right? I just like, what? I feel better now.
We got to celebrate me finally getting my period.
Congrats to you.
Welcome to being a woman.
Are you staying in Belfast for much longer, or are you heading off?
No, I'm going tomorrow. You're going
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll gotta look at some murals. Do
the Titanic.
Do the
We're
Titanic.
doing. We're so excited.
They are actually wanting to do the Titanic.
Everyone we've talked to has said it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah. I just don't get why we're so proud of it. We're like, people die.
It's sort of like we were fine. Listen, this was great
Rolling it.
when it left here.
Yeah, it was fine. It left here. That's the big. Yeah.
That's the joke.
I do kind of want to get the "Built by an Irishman, Sung by an Englishman" T-shirt. Just to start fights in
Do
Birmingham.
they have those?
Yeah.
In the gift shop?
In some of the gift shops in town.
Okay. Wasn't there a Welsh? Young Grufford was.
He was the one.
Young Griffith was in the film, yeah.
Oh,
he,
yes.
He was one
Come about.
Yes!
Yeah, there
I've
we
seen
go.
that film way too many times.
Great film.
Do you know what's really confusing though for students of history? If you go to that museum, it blends history with the James Cameron film. So you're in the gift shop looking at the heart of the ocean. And there's no distinction between what's real and what. So that's where it gets a bit confusing. But you enjoy.
We will.
You enjoy.
You have a nice time. You girls go have fun.
We're gonna buy Heart of the Ocean, matching Heart of the Ocean necklaces. Doing very tacky.
I just feel like more people should not do the dropping it into the ocean. It's been 84 years thing. More people should do I thought the old lady threw it into the ocean at the end.
Oh, the Britney Spears one.
Yes, yeah. I went back down there and got it for you, baby. That's what people should recreate Heart of the Ocean with.
That has to be on one of the flags.
Yes.
Put it on you've done now. Do it the next
We'll
time.
do it next time.
Next time.
Listen, thank you all so much for coming and doing
Thank you.
this. And
Yes.
good luck with all your future endeavours.
Good life.
There's too many.
Who's doing
Tell
Fringe?
people to follow us.
Follow
because
us.
I really struggle
Yeah.
to get people to follow me because I don't think people know how to spell my name.
Go on.
Okay,
go
let's
for it.
spell it.
Oh.
So you know when you do gigs and stuff, people
Yeah.
will start following you after a gig.
Yeah.
And I don't think
And they
it's
can't
because I'm
Google you.
shit. Like, I
Yes.
think it's because they can't figure out the...
So your name it looks like it should be pronounced Esyllt because it's ESYLLT.
But the double L is a legitimate letter in the Welsh alphabet.
Right.
And it's pronounced...
Ish.
But it's getting... For people who aren't familiar with it, it's getting the T at the end. So it's...
Oh wow.
Esyllt.
I was so
Esyllt.
pleased when I
can't do
figured out how to pronounce it that I sent her a voice message of me just saying it over and over again.
It's in a folder.
I still haven't nailed it. It's fine.
Esyllt. I'm going to be practicing that. So yes, Google
Wow! So strong, Teresa. So strong.
I'll put it in the links below how to spell everybody's name. Esyllt Sears, Eleanor Morton, I'm pronouncing, and Molly Flanigan.
Flanigan.
I'm doing Fringe. I'm doing Fringe this year.
Are you?
Yes, I'm doing Fringe in Hoots at Nicholson Square from the 7th to the 30th. I'll be doing something.
Oh, class.
I've forgotten the time, but I'm there. I'm on the thing. Scream if you
Mary
want to go slower.
Great. I'm going to be there for the last 3 days.
Hell yeah!
So I'll come see you.
And if
You
you
can
want
come see me.
yes, and if you
Sorry,
want to hear about Teresa's last Edinburgh show and when I went to see it, listen to my last appearance on
It was
Scundered.
a disaster. But yes, you come again. Eleanor, you'll be at the Fringe.
I'll be at Fringe.
Yeah.
I'll be in Edinburgh. I'll always be in Edinburgh. You can find me there all year round. I'm doing a show called The Mermaid at
Yes.
1 p.m. at Monkey Barrel Cab Vol 1 and every day apart from Mondays and Tuesdays, the 6th to the 30th. And
Excellent.
it's all about mermaids and a bit about tampons.
And a bit about tampons. Yeah, it's a very, very good show.
Brilliant. I can't wait. Okay, that's 2 evident. Are you doing the Fringe, Esyllt?
No, because
Good.
I'm a single parent trying to pay a mortgage in the most expensive county in Wales.
We can't see you do that.
Yeah.
Monetize it.
Follow all of us. 3 out of 4 of us are doing the Fringe. And thank you very much. Please let me end this podcast.
Yay!
That's the end.
Well done. That's the end. You did it.